Well, from the 3-1 win at Old Trafford against Southampton, we now face one of the teams that are really performing very well into the league. That is Brighton, and they are going to be coming at Old Trafford. That is the most important bit of it all. Brighton is placed 9th onto the Premier League table. They're having 31 points, and Man United is 12th with 26 points into the mix. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys? I know you're watching us from my go by the names of Rock and David. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's the 18th of January 2025, and we're here to bring you the match preview of United hosting Southampton at Old Trafford, a stadium that capacitated 75,000 fans plus in there. So go ahead and continue to subscribe, because you know what it is and you know what we really want. We want to hit 30,000 subscribers, but before we hit 30, we have to first hit the magic number that all of you really know. It's all about 20,100 subscribers. That's what the magic number is like right about now onto this beautiful channel of ours, that is the United Matters channel. And both teams played on Thursday. Man United went ahead to beat we played on Thursday and went ahead to beat a side called what is it called? We went ahead to beat a side called Southampton by 3-1, a game that was 1-0 until the 82nd minute, where Amadi Diallo striked an equalizer and went ahead to obviously score more 3 to obviously complete his hat-trick, and his first hat-trick for Man United for him in his senior career, and the first hat-trick for Man United since 2022 at Old Trafford. And it was scored by none other than Cristiano Ronaldo. It shows you how far hat-tricks have gone ahead to obviously exempt themselves from us, you know. So that's exactly what happened. And when you look at the side of Brighton, they are playing Ipswich, and they went ahead to obviously beat Ipswich by 2-1. That is Brighton for you. So both teams are really having a very good win, and they are getting into this side where Man United is, to see to it that all really goes on well as planned. So the manager of Man United doesn't have the following players: Luke Shaw, Lindelof, John Evans and Mason Mount, plus Marcus Rashford, who has been sidelined because he has fallen out with the manager. And after him falling out with the Man United looks like they want to obviously offload the player, and he would have already gone ahead to Juventus, or AC Milan, or Napoli, or Borussia Dortmund. But the matter of fact that Barcelona raised up their hand, obviously signed this player, obviously changed the narrative, and the player is like, I would love to go to Barcelona. And Barcelona are trying to explore options on how to bring in this player at their stadium, that is Marcus Rashford. So don't expect him to be part of the match squad, but the game of football is going to be playing at Old Trafford, and this manager hasn't gone ahead to win 2 consecutive games at Old Trafford. That is the manager known as Ruben Amorim. Remember, this is going to be, I think, his 6th game at Old Trafford. His first game was against Everton. He beat Everton by 4-1. Then we lost to Nottingham 3-2. We lost to Bournemouth 3-0. We lost to Newcastle 2-0. And we came up and beat Southampton by 3-1. And Brighton is going to be his 6th game. Brighton last season, when Erik ten Hag was here, they came and beat us by 3-1. I think in that game, Hannibal went ahead to score his first goal for the club of Manchester United. Then, away from home, we went ahead and beat them, I think, by 2-0. I remember Rasmus Højlund came off the bench and made it 2-0 for the club of Manchester United in that particular fixture. So I would like to let you know it's not going to be an easy one. It's going to be hard, and we are waiting to see how everything is really going to be panning out for the club of Manchester United into the mix. Now, for Brighton, they don't have Igor Julio, Fede Kadioglu, James Milner, Matt Wafer, Evan Ferguson, Jason Hazelwood, and Diego Gomez. All those are really out. But Daniel Welbeck, a former United player who graduated from the academy is going to be available. Tariq Lamptey, Yao Pedro, and Yankuba Minte are really gonna go what we call a late fitness test with Ruta, the Brazilian. They signed from Leeds, and he costed them a lot of money, close to £40 million. I think he's a record signing for the side of Brighton. Now let's get into the probable starting 11 for the club of Manchester United into this encounter. A system of 3-4-2-1. That's what the manager is sticking with, and is like, he's not gonna change this, not until it gets him the best of results that he thinks this club should be getting him through. And Onana, in between the stitches for the club of Manchester United, that is no doubt. He really went ahead, obviously, saved United close to 3 times into that game of Southampton, and he looked good. And I was surprised when I really went ahead, obviously, read on some pundits coming out and obviously criticizing the way this man protects that goal of Manchester United. And I was like, oh my God, what is really happening? So, and I'm like, what is this? So I think a lot has to be given what we call the green light that we deserve. Then the 3 central defenders, I think Lenny Yoro is obviously going to be benched this time around, and Delete is going to be taking his position at the right side of the 3-man central defense, because Lenny Yoro, I tell you what, Sulemana went ahead, obviously, make him look bad, but he's still young. Just give him a benefit of doubt. He just needs to get in time, and I know he'll hit the ground running, But in a game like this where he's going to be facing Mitoma that side, I think it's better to obviously get in Delete, because if you bring him back and Mitoma cooks him or roasts him like a turkey, I think it will be killing his confidence, right? So I think the best thing to do is to see to it that we really get in another player in Delete. And by the way, Delete was the best central defender, was one of the best players on the pitch. And if United never went ahead, obviously get that win through Hamadi Diallo, and maybe we drew or what, I think Delete deserved to be the man of the match. Then left side of the 3-man central defense, Lisandro Martinez. Obviously, he's really that man that people have gone ahead to criticize. His short, his what, and I was like, for me, I know he's really good. Him and Delete, people went ahead to criticize them, but I was like, why are they criticizing these players? They're really good, Then, at the center of the 3-man central defense, obviously, that was Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire came up and obviously put in a very good shift into that encounter, and he came off the bench, and I think he's going to be starting this game against Brighton, facing the likes of Yao Pedro or Danny Welbeck, who are really going to be given a chance to lead the line for the club of Brighton as we face them tomorrow. Then the double pivot. Okay, let's start off with the right wing back. Dalot missed out on the game of Southampton because he was suspended. And for me, I believe the suspension was bad in the game of Arsenal, but he desired that rest. Not having played a game of football since Sunday, I think he returns back when he's really fresh. And if you watch that game of Arsenal, the manager played him as a right wing back. And I think in this position, he'll offer a lot to the club of Manchester United than how he really does onto the left. Though on the left, in the previous 3-4 games, he was looking good because he was putting in some good cutback crosses that were threatening for the opponent. But I think this is where he'll offer his best to the club of Manchester United as he plays as a right wing back into that position. Then left wing back, obviously it's going to be Mazarawi into the mix to obviously do the needful and see to it that we get back Manuel Ugarte and Kobe Mainoo, who never really looked good when you're playing against Southampton. So I think the manager will get back that double pivot together and see how things really pan out for the club of Manchester United. But I won't be shocked if at all the manager reads Toby Collier into the starting 11 of Man United as we play against Brighton, because Toby Collier came up and really put in a very big shift. And I know to this manager, Ruben Amorim, he never wanted to obviously start by giving those young stars that Eric Ten Hag had really tipped. But he brought in Konkuki, and he hasn't gotten his debut. But for Toby Collier, I tell you, he's a beast. And in the system, he's really going to be very good because this lad travels a lot of distance, or covers a lot of distance, and the manager brought him on to turn around things in the game of Southampton, and he really did that role very well. So, Amadi Diallo, I know he's going to be played as a central attack midfielder on the right half space, or in one of those two number 10 positions as we take on the side of Brighton. Man who scored a hat-trick, and he now has 6 goals. No player in the Premier League for Man United has more goals than Amadi Diallo. Then on the right, it's going to be the man himself known as Bruno Fernandes Borges to obviously do the needful into this encounter. And that is Bruno Fernandes. For those are two number 10s. Now, the big debate is on who leads the line. Rasmus Højlund played close to, I think, 60 minutes, and he created the best chance for Manchester United in the first half. Garnacho missed it. And as things stand, you look at it and understand that Zirkzee came off the bench. A lot of things went ahead to change, and they happened. You understand? So, I think Rasmus Højlund has started very many games for Man United. I think he deserves a bench. He deserves to be rested a little bit and see to it that Joshua Zirkzee comes up to lead that line for the club of Manchester United. I don't know what your thoughts are about this, but I would prefer to have Joshua Zirkzee start and then Rasmus Højlund come off the bench, because next week on Thursday, you know what happens at Old Trafford. Rangers is coming in through thick and fast, and we need to win that game of football to see to it that we really clear our chances to obviously play into the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League. That is it. So that is how I believe United is really going to be lining up like. Now let's go to Brighton. Verbruggen in goal, Veltman right back, Estopian left back, Van Heck and Dunk into the central defense partnership, and Baleba, O'Reilly, and Adingra. You get midfield 3. Then Ruta, Mitoma, and Danny Welbeck will obviously be the front 3 to obviously come up and obviously try to do justice to Manchester United. But I tell you, it's not going to be an easy game. If we are going to be open like we were when you're playing against Southampton, then Brighton might really school us and obviously score very many goals, because their style of play creates very many chances, and they're really having these players that are really good on the ball, and they are better finishers than Southampton. So if a team seated on the bottom of the Premier League table came and really gave us a show at Old Trafford, I'm imagining how Brighton are really gonna really do the needful. But the beauty is they're also gonna open up, and I know that will give United a chance to see to it that all goes on well as planned, and maybe create more chances and maybe score more than what we are going to concede. And maybe score more that we are going to concede from Brighton. Let's go to the head-to-head stats. Man United have lost 5 of their last 6 Premier League games against Brighton, including both meetings at Old Trafford in that run. Only against Man City twice have they lost 3 in a row at home in the competition. You understand? So, they've beaten us twice, and that is the side known as a Brighton. So, they are coming hard at us. Secondly, Brighton have won 7 of their last 15 Premier League meetings with Man United. The Seagulls have the highest win rate against Red Devils of any side in the competition history. So, looks like they enjoy coming to us and really beating us. Thirdly, none of the 15 Premier League meetings between Man United 8 wins and Brighton 7 have been drawn. Only Man United versus Wigan has been played more often without any draws in any competition's history. So, as things stand in here, we all know that in this game, in the previous 15 meetings, there is nothing like a draw. All what we're having are wins, you know. So, we are waiting to see whether even tomorrow another win is going to be registered. Second, lastly, each of Manchester United's last 11 Premier League goals against Brighton have come in the second half of the match. They've not scored before half-time in any of their last 8 meetings with the Zirkzee. Their joint longest run without a first-half goal against a side in the competition, also 8 versus Chelsea between 2013 season to 2016 season. So, you've heard that. In the last 11 Premier League matches against Brighton, haven't gone ahead to score a goal in the first half. All the goals they've gone ahead to score have come in through in the second half. So we need to really pull up our stockings and make things happen. Lastly, this is the 6th time Brighton have faced Man United in the Premier League, well above them in the league table, and the latest into the season they've done so. Having lost the first 2 such matches, the Zirkzee have now won each of the last 3. So, I tell you, all looks like Brighton will come and really cause havoc at Old Trafford. And it's not going to be an easy game. It's really going to be a hard game. And you very much know, after reading this, I give you my prediction. I see a 2-2 draw at Old Trafford. That is it. I see a draw between Manchester United and I see a draw between Manchester United and Brighton. That is it. Nothing else. I see a draw. That's what I can tell you. I see a draw, and I don't know what your prediction is, but mine is a draw. Feel free to go into the comment section and tell me what you think about this game of football of Man United and Brighton. If a win comes in through, I'll come here excited and really celebrate it. But I see us drawing with Brighton. And if you ask me, which 2 sides have a chance to win? I think Brighton really has a chance to win because of the mechanism and how they're really clinical and their style of play is the same. But our manager is really struggling to find us suit into his system. But I would love to see my team win, to see to it that we get to 29 points. Not so, because we're having 26 points, right? United is having 26 points, right? And if we win, we go to 29, but that doesn't take us into the top half of the table. But I think we should win and see what else is really going to be on the cards of Manchester United. But one thing you have to know is that after playing Fulham, we are going to be hosting Rangers on Thursday. That is in the UEFA Europa League. Then Fulham away 26th. Then play away at FCSB in the UEFA Europa League, and then host Crystal Palace down there. 4th round of the FA Cup, that is 7th February at Old Trafford, then play away at Tottenham Hotspur 16th February. That is how United is really going to be featuring into its mix. Guys, your predictions are welcome in the comment section below. Rock and David remains my name. Continue to subscribe. I sign out. First video of the day and more is yet to come. Bye-bye.